Welcome to the Spaced Out Podcast with your host, Blair Socci, your boy, your philosopher from another mother, comedian extraordinaire, sensitive little girl, back with you to talk. So excited to be here again with you. Another solo episode. And I love a solo episode because I get to just plunge deep into the recesses of my very peculiar mind and connect with all of you. Hopefully we have even one goddamn thing in common. What's been up with me? I'm still in Australia. And do I love this place? I really do. What a great continent. I feel so freaking safe walking down the street. It's incredible. I mean, if all countries could have gun control, it would be fabulous. You wouldn't believe it. I'm walking down the street without a care in the world. It's incredible. Everyone's so nice here too and friendly. Smile, ask you if you need anything, if you need directions. I would love to mimic their accent, but it's something I haven't quite gotten down yet. And I like to excel at everything I do. So I will be working on that. As I've introduced the podcast to you, this podcast is about pop culture, womanhood, mental health, and a little bit about aliens. And then all my weird autistic special interests. And finding out about more knowledge, acquiring more knowledge with experts, and then having a little bit of laughs, because we need some fucking laughs in this state of the world, So let's start it off. Freako fact of the week. I know you guys like to be freaks, you freakos. How about this one for the girls episode? That is this one. Scientists claim that female intuition is on average 10 times more accurate than male intuition. Women are better at reading emotions, noticing nonverbal cues, and predicting others' behavior. Well. Who would have thought? 10 times. That is an incredible amount more than these rudimentary men. And, again, I am working on speaking positively about men and trying to understand them as a species. But, of course, it makes sense that we're 10 times more intuitive. We literally are portals of life. We are portals from the unseen, from another dimension. Of course, we have 10 times more the intuition. And not to mention that we live amongst our only apex predator, men. So we have to be on a swivel at all times. So we have to have all our intuitive senses firing at all times to protect ourselves. And that is why, as a woman, we can all feel any sinister male, their presence within a 50-foot radius, maybe even bigger than 50 foot, can just sense them. But I just love knowing that we have that type of intuition. As I get older, I start to learn about my intuition more and more and more, probably because as you get older, you doubt yourself less and you have more life experience to prove your hypotheses correct or incorrect. But I do believe we're all pretty psychic and can sense a lot more than maybe we have been aware of. Oh, yes, we are in the age of Aquarius, baby. Astrology will also come up now and again, and like all things I bring up on this podcast, it's just a loose interest of mine. I reject all indoctrination in totality. I just like to pick up a little bit of each thing and very curious, So I like to take a little bit of each, and I won't be ruled by any dogma or one thing. That's the Freako fact of the week. Not that Freako to me, but also really fucking cool. So let's jump in. This episode is called Girls because I wanted to do an episode about all the ladies I love that inspire me and that I think are so cool, because I think so many gals are cool. I think the first one on the list, and this is because I'm not doing all the girls in my personal life that I could spend hours on, because I all think they're the smartest, nicest, most compassionate, genius, incredible women alive, but you guys don't know any of them. Well, you know a few of them that are famous comedian girls that are legendary, but it would make no sense for me to discuss all of them to you. So I will be talking to you about all the gals I love that okay? In the zeitgeist. All right, up first, Julia Fox. She's a polarizing figure, and I think all the greats are polarizing. Because if you're really, really being yourself and really being a trailblazer in any way, one, you're going to be doing something different that people haven't seen before, and a lot of times people resist change. And two, it makes people uncomfortable. Oftentimes when people do weird or wacky or never before seen shit, it's a mirror to, wherever they're repressing themselves or their beliefs about how much someone should be able to express, particularly in the lens of femininity and being a woman in America and I guess Australia. I can't speak for Australia. Love you, Australia. So I remember when Julia Fox did Uncut Gems, and I never saw Uncut Gems, even though I love Adam Sandler. He is definitely on the incredible straight men list, which we will continue compiling throughout this podcast as well. Adam Sandler, we love you, Adam.
Added to official approved straight men list.
But I never saw that because I knew it was a nervous system destroyer. And one thing about me, my autistic, sensitive ass, I'm not watching that shit that's going to stress me out for days, okay? But I know she was excellent in it, and I thought it's so fascinating that she had never acted before, that she was just such like a legendary gal about town in New York City, that she was a muse and got cast in a major, major movie, and that started her career. And then I also have to say, I just love like the way she thinks. Like she fully has decentered men and really was a part of like the movement of just being like, yeah, I like to look quote unquote ugly sometimes, because like if I don't want to look good for men, like I want to look good for the gals and the gays and the theys, And yeah, I just feel like she has a real fearlessness and a real ability to not care about what people think about her while doing really cool shit. And again, I know she's polarizing. A lot of people don't like her. I love her. I think she's cool. Also, she wrote one of the best memoirs of all time, Down the Drain. If you guys haven't read it, I mean, it is a fascinating read. I had no idea about her background. It actually informs a lot of her ballsiness and choices that she made. Like her family immigrants from Italy. She basically ran away from home a million times. Was really involved in drugs. Had like a sugar daddy that funded her clothing line and took care of all her friends. She details like all these amazing friendships that are like family to her with all these interesting people. I mean, bitch has lived a wild life. Like incredible memoir. I totally suggest you read it. It's right up there with Keith Richards. I think let's also add Keith Richards to the cool straight man list.
Added to official approved straight men list.
I like him. I read his memoir, also very good. I'm right up there with Patti Smith, another legend. I think, Just Kids, I think is the name of hers, which is really good. Anyway, I can't wait to see what Julia Fox is up to next. Look, would I wear any of the shit she wears? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to do that. I prefer to be in loose, baggy clothing. That makes me feel good. That makes me feel sexy. But I just love the stuff she's doing and how she moves through the world and basically just creates whatever she wants. And I know she's in some acting stuff coming up, and I'm excited to watch her in that and root for her. So Julia Fox, I think she's really cool. She really inspires me, and I love watching all the shit that she does. She's really cool. Next, many of the people in my life know about my love and deep fascination for Monica Lewinsky. I love Monica Lewinsky. What she has overcome and how she has bounced back to live in a world that truly destroyed her as a young child, a 21-year-old intern without her frontal lobe developed, who was betrayed by everyone around her and her entire country and the leader of the free world, who got off scot-free, of course, as powerful white men are wont to do. And I remember growing up in the 90s, Jay Leno, like all the clips, like she was the butt of every joke for years and years and years and years and years. Like it was this fun joke that she was like this young slut harlot and, you know, Bill Clinton, the president who is supposed to be, you know, the leader and moral leader of our country's values, our quote unquote Christian nation, was just like in a boys will be boys situation, you know, and it was just blowjob joke after blowjob joke. Like, what a horrible time. I'm glad we have progressed even a little bit, even though J.D. Vance is trying to make us back into The Handmaid's Tale. But I mean, she just took an unfathomable amount of shit, that poor young girl. Like, I mean, how she survived and like I'm sure she thought so often about taking her own life. Like I can't imagine. And me, like I live with chronic shame. I am like a chronically ashamed woman, and I have exercised a lot of that through extensive therapy and, you know, being a public facing artist, where which is really in itself an exercise of constant shadow work, just expressing your most embarrassing, humiliating life events and stories, and turning it in to comedy for the relief and connection with others. Wow, that sounded way too serious for me to be a fucking comedian to say. I'm a fucking clown, don't forget it. I don't think I am all-knowing at all. But anyways, I love Monica Lewinsky and just everything that she's done. She's gotten multiple degrees, I think, in like sociological studies. She's extremely intelligent. Obviously, her career got way off course. The fact that she even survived that, to me, is incredible, because she was really one of the first people to get canceled. And I don't know if anyone has gotten canceled since to that magnitude. Like what she went through was like public stoning in the Colosseum in like Roman times. So anyways, I love this bitch, and I've heard her on many things, and she's just so compassionate, so kind. She's very intelligent. She's so aware of what happened to her, but also is able to speak. Like, she doesn't embody this gigantic victimhood that I am, you know, projecting on her. I don't know. I just think she's amazing. And she has a podcast aptly called Reclaiming. And she's actually friends with a lot of comedians in my world. So I hope to get to know her at some point, maybe even have her on this podcast, because I am just such a huge fan and so fascinated by her. I mean, the balls on her and how fucking strong she is. I love you, Monica Lewinsky. I love you, Monica. Next cool woman from the Girls episode, I am pleased to introduce you to my therapist, Katie. My therapist, Katie, I swear to God, what a fucking genius. I owe my entire life to this woman. And I found her because, you know, I had done a lot of talk therapy in my life because, you know, I've lived through many things. I've had 19 lives, and you know that depending on how familiar you are with me, but we will be covering all of it as this goes on. And I had done therapy for a long time, and what I noticed is that I was kind of like repeating a lot of the same stories and not really noticing any real change in my life. And I learned that was because I was like intellectualizing everything, you know, above neck, I call it. not really in my body feeling the feelings, and I wasn't noticing much progress. So then I learned about this therapy called IFS. It's called Internal Family Systems, and it's developed by this psychologist called Richard C. Schwartz, and he has a book called No Bad Parts. And it's a therapy that's getting more popular in the US. I'm not sure about Australia, but and it works with different parts of yourself. Sort of like the idea when you say something like, a part of me is like really fucking mad about this, but a part of me feels guilty and a part of me likes it. It's under the idea that we all are some of a bunch of different parts. And so then you sort of work with each part individually and get to know them better, relieve some of the charge, or like, you know, what they're trying to protect, what that part is trying to protect you from. Anyways, it's an excellent form of trauma therapy that allowed me to bypass my intellectualizing that in therapy that was getting me nowhere. And I noticed real progress with this. And so Katie is just a goddamn genius. I have felt this woman so committed to helping me on my healing journey. And what's odd is she's around my same age. I've never asked her age, and you know, I tell her my age all the time. She's one of the only people that actually know my age on this earth besides my mom and dad, because the rest of you, as I tell everyone, it's none of your business, okay? How old I am? I'm 100, okay? As far as you know, I'm 100, and also a baby at the same time. A little 100-year-old baby, okay? But anyways, Katie, to have someone feels so devoted to you and your healing and just show up for you, like, I can feel that this woman is so invested in my healing and having a good life and helping me heal from extensive trauma and fear and conquering fears, moving through fears, learning emotional regulation and nervous system regulation. I really do believe a happy life all comes down to nervous system regulation, and most of us aren't taught that in any way. So that's something that I've been really actively pursuing, and I'm really serious about therapy. And ever since I started trauma therapy with my fucking gal Katie, my life has improved beyond measure. And dealing with my brother's passing, I can't even imagine what my life would be like without her. And it's almost like a movie. It's too unbelievable. It sounds too fake to be real, but I was having lunch with my friend Greta the day before my brother died, and I was like, oh, this is the happiest I've ever been in my life. And it's all because of all the therapy that I've done and everything I've learned and the changes that I've been able to make in my life and the pain I've been able to process, and being guided by this woman, Katie, that I fucking love so much. Also, she's like so funny and cool, and she just challenges me so much. Like, therapy truly is about finding a connection with someone. Like, if you don't connect with your therapist, you need to drop them and move on, like dating. Otherwise, you're getting nothing out of it. But yeah, Katie, shout out Katie, you're the fucking man, Katie. I love you, Katie. We also do brain spotting and somatic work, which, again, I'm a huge proponent of, especially if you're an intellectualizer like me. And also, Katie is always getting like the latest certifications, which I fucking love because I do the same thing. You know, my autistic ass, I love to get a certification. One day we'll do a certification episode where I will expose all my numerous secret certifications that I have, because I just love taking courses and gathering pointless knowledge. But she's also being trained in equine therapy, which I cannot fucking wait for. Blairy is going to get healed by the horses with her favorite therapist, Katie. And I actually used her real name on this podcast because I just want her to get the credit. Whenever I talk about therapy on stage in comedy, I always use a fake name because I always like make the therapist sound crazy for fun. But when I speak on Katie, oh my God, it is the most sincere shit. This woman is a genius, and I wish everyone a therapist like Katie. I mean, she has gotten me through, I can't even tell you. This woman has saved my life. I love you, Katie. Okay, God, I could talk about Katie forever, but we do have to move on because there's so many other girls that we love. Okay, next on the list is obviously Jane Mansfield. And you guys know how much I love Jane Mansfield if you follow me, because I post pictures of her all the time, because I love the gals of that era. They're so pretty, those pinup gals. They're so gorgeous. I mean, I think it probably was a horrible time because, that was those girls, their only currency was their looks. And of course that fades quickly and, makes you vulnerable as prey to many lecherous, scary Hollywood men. But she was so gorgeous, and she just has the most beautiful smile. Gone too soon. And then, of course, she birthed one of our current day living legends, one of the most beloved American icon for all women, Mariska Hargitay. It's just so universally loved in Law & Order SVU, one of the best shows ever. And did you know that Mariska Hargitay suffered sexual assault? And that was a big part of why she wanted to take on the role in Law & Order SVU, which I think is just so interesting in so many different ways. I mean, like, how crazy is that she went through that, and then that became her job, and then that became what she became known for and loved for. And then also, the psychology of why so many women are obsessed with Law & Order SVU. I don't know if it's like some psychological thing where we have some subconscious desire to see our worst fear played out or what. But Mariska Hargitay, Jane Mansfield, incredible gals. Shout out on the Spaced Out podcast, baby. Next up is Michaela Coel, British writer, director, actress, phenom. When I think about Michaela Coel, honestly, I could start crying. As someone who has, unfortunately dealt with, sexual assault when I was young, when I saw this, I think I turned it on not even knowing what it was about. And the ferocity and intelligence and tenacity of this woman, like, I truly don't think I've ever been more affected by a single piece of television as I have been with I May Destroy You. Of course, she won a million awards for it, which she absolutely deserved every single thing. Like, I was wrapped with attention. The way that she so delicately yet so thoroughly untangled all the nuance of that sexual assault, with just like the precision of a motherfucking scalpel, just entranced, like, and it was so in your face with so much pathos. I mean, like, you just really, it covered almost every angle of something that is really hard to capture, especially an experience that's really hard to capture. And yeah, I'm just blown away by her. I can't wait to see what she does next. She said that she wrote 96 drafts of that show by herself. She didn't have a writer's room. She wrote the entire thing. And that's another thing I can't even imagine. I'm like, what is this bitch counting as a draft? 96 drafts? How many years did it take her? Crazy. I can't even imagine doing that. It's so hard to focus. I don't know. She definitely probably doesn't have ADHD like your boy. But still, I'm so proud of her. And I can't wait till she does something else, because I think she is a true living genius. And I love her. I love her so much. So smart. So smart. Isn't it cool when you see people where you're just like, I can't even believe talent like that exists. It's so special. Okay, next is Doechii. I had to include Doechii. Like, she is, the come up that she's had the last 2 years has been incredible. And again, her talent to me is really channeled by God. Like, you're like, okay, that's a generational talent. She is such a force. Otherworldly, so above, like, what really anyone else is doing right now. I think she shares a lot of the same genius as Kendrick Lamar, and who I absolutely adore. I think he is so great. So I will also add him to the approved incredible straight men list.
Added to official approved straight men list.
Wow, I'm surprised. We're already up to 3 in just one episode of Wonderful Straight Men. So maybe my ideas of men, it's really, I just need to collect evidence of it in real time. And then I'll build such a big list that I will have disproved the resistance in my nervous system to them. Because that's pleasant to think about. I've already acquired 3 on the approved straight men list. That's fabulous. But anyways, I don't mean to compare Doechii to any man, even Kendrick, because she is completely her own singular thing. And she's just spectacular. I love watching her. Yeah, she's ethereal. And she's so smart, so self-possessed. And I love also hearing about how she's like 5 years ago or however many years ago, I don't know if it was 10 years ago, was just doing a YouTube series about going through the book The Artist's Way, which many of us have done. I know I have. It's a rite of passage as an artist. I recommend everyone do it once if you've never done it. It's really cool. And then she manifested this entire career, which I just love. Like, I have been so crippled with self-doubt that throughout my career, no matter how much talent I have, I do believe it's taken me a lot longer than it maybe should have, even though I'm blessed to have accomplished a lot of the things that I want to do. I am amazed in people who come out young, and of course they're very rare, that are so self-possessed that they're like, oh yeah, of course I'm going to do this and nothing's going to get in my way and I deserve it. Like, I think that's fucking unbelievable. So yeah, I love Doechii and I hope I get to meet her someday. You're so cool, Doechii. Okay, next up, Cardi B. I love Cardi B. She's her own thing. One thing I love about Cardi B, you can put her in any scenario, in any room, with anyone, and she doesn't put anyone on a pedestal, and she is 100% herself in any location, which I don't think anyone on earth is. Very, very, very few people are like that. I mean, she will be absolutely herself in a courtroom on trial, talking to some fancy ass, scholar who is kind of put there to maybe make her sound not as intelligent as she is. And she always maintains her confidence and her humor. And that's why she's just so undeniably likable. And even when she gets so fucking messy with people who come at her, she's being fully herself. She's like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna do these politics of trying to play nice. You're making me fucking mad. You're talking about my kids. I'm gonna come back at you and tell you what's what. And I'm gonna sue you if you try to get money out of me by making up stories when I'm pregnant. I just love her. I love her. I think she's such a bad bitch and she's so funny. I love her music. And yeah, again, I just love what a force she is. And she doesn't let anyone fuck with her. And yeah, I just think she's badass and she beats her own drum and she's so funny and I love her. I love you, Cardi, and I love your new album and I'm so happy for your success, especially after everyone said you took so long, but I'm just so proud of you. I really am. Okay, next up, we have Carrie Russell. Yes, I love Carrie Russell, obviously. I was a young girl. I watched Felicity. I remember the iconic scene of her buzzing off her curls. I watched it live with my mother. I think it was on like a Wednesday, 8 p.m., 9 p.m. slot. I don't know why I was awake, but I watched it live. And she's just always been such an incredible actress. And now watching her in The Diplomat, which I love, especially as I've been forced to have way more politics, as we all have, forced on me the last several years, where I am forced to think about politics constantly because of this awful 24-hour news cycle and this administration that I really don't like. Sorry if you're a Republican, you're allowed to be that. I really hate this administration. So if you want to stop listening for that, that's fine. But Carrie Russell, this show, The Diplomat, is so well done, and it really is informative to someone like me who is also pathologically naive, while also wanting to know about everything, because seeing how the geopolitical negotiations work and all the deals that are getting made. It's like so eye-opening to me. So I think it's such a good show. I just finished the 3rd season. But one of the things I want to bring up about Carrie Russell, obviously she's been a legend. She's an incredible actress. She's been around for so long, had so much longevity in her career. But she hasn't done anything to her face. And the way that actresses are now, I mean, there is nobody on screen without having work done, at least like Botox and lasers and stuff like that. Obviously, skincare is one of my autistic special interest obsessions since I was a child. I love it. But this bitch, you know, we have been so socialized from such a young age and so deeply programmed that our worth, especially even 100 times more in entertainment, that our castability, our ability to work is deeply tied to our youth and how young we look. And this bitch, she's not doing anything to her face, and it's noticeable, but she still looks gorgeous. And it's so sad that it's that big of a deal and that noticeable to see someone not getting work done. But she's really like, I think only one of a handful of examples that I could think of off the top of my head. And I really noticed it while I was watching it, and I commend her. I don't judge anyone for getting work done because we have been programmed that way so intensely to think that our, you know, currency is youth and beauty, blah, 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 since the beginning of time, whatever. Either way, it's not our fucking fault that there is a booming economy based on, quote unquote, fixing our ability and privilege to age. Or, yeah, it's illegal for us to age. But anyways, shout out Carrie Russell. Bad bitch, gorgeous as ever, killing it in The Diplomat. Love that show. Check it out. I'm such a Carrie Russell fan. And I just think it's really tough. Like, you have to be really, and it's sad. Again, it's sad that sticking to your guns and not messing with your face, even in the smallest to biggest ways, is such a big deal. But it is. That's how much our culture is aligned that way, that she does stick out that much. But she looks great, and I fucking love her, and I think she's a bad bitch. Carrie Russell, everybody. Next up, okay. God, oh my God, this is flying by. I think I'm gonna have to have 100 episodes on all the bitches I love, because I love them. I love them, honey. Next up is Melissa McCarthy. She's my favorite actress. She has been my favorite actress forever. I just think she's so unbelievably funny and talented, and I love physical comedy. If you've ever seen me do stand-up, you know I love physical comedy. I love wacky shit. I just enjoy watching her and everything she does. I think she's such a legend. She's so talented. And she can do drama just as well as she can do comedy, but I think she is a singular thing. Again, there's nobody like her. And of course, I always say my dream is to have an acting career where I play like Melissa McCarthy, Jack Black type roles, and maybe, you know, even a little bit of some Aubrey Plaza-ish roles. Oh yeah, I have to add Jack Black to the approved straight man list. Okay, that's number 4.
Added to official approved straight men list.
We need a producer. Can we keep a running list of the approved straight man list? Thank you. Oh my God, we're already up to 4. That's good. This is good news for men. Maybe something's healing inside me. Oh my God. See, this is why it's important to share yourself with the world and connect with others, because you never stop learning. I didn't even know that there's 4 straight men I love that much. Incredible. Maybe we might even get to 5 before this episode's over. This is crazy. I'm stunned right now. Amazing. Anyways, Melissa McCarthy, I love her. She's done so many incredible movies. Everything she does, she's so phenomenal in, whether it's like the smallest part or, you know, she's the lead of the movie. She's a star. I can't take my eyes off her. She makes me laugh out loud. And I don't know if you know this, but as a comedian, when you watch so much comedy, it's hard to laugh out loud because a lot of times you can predict what's coming, or you've just seen so much that it doesn't catch you off guard in the way that humor hits for a lot of people that don't watch it constantly every night. But she makes me laugh so hard no matter what. And I just let you know. And then she's, you know, she's married to her husband that she works with a lot. They have a production company. They're so in love. They've been together forever. They're so cute together. They have such a cute little family. And I just love you, Melissa McCarthy. You're an idol, you're a legend, and I really hope I get to meet you and work with you one day. Thank you for all your work that you've done. Okay, next up, and we just have a few more because time is running out. God, I could do this forever. Next up, this one is going to shock you guys, all right? But I can't help it. I have to be true to myself. Kris Jenner. I am so fascinated by this woman. To me, and this is my own personal opinion, I think that she has the most megawatt charisma of all the Kardashian Jenners. I think that woman is so incredibly charismatic and has such a good personality. I know the things about her that we all do, and some like are quite unflattering, but somehow I am giddy, delighted anytime she's on my screen. Like, I can't look away. I'm so interested in what she has to say. Like, that is true Riz. That woman is like the inventor of Riz. And yeah, I love her. I can't help it. Did she sell her daughter's sex tape and make her family famous? Yeah, she did. But they all seem to be okay with it. So, I mean, would I do that for my daughter? Absolutely not. I would not. I would never. Would my mom do that for me? Absolutely not. Would never. But they did it. They're happy with it. That's their decision. And Kris Jenner is just cool. She is. Is she evil? Possibly. I don't even know. But she's just so, I can't look away. And a lot of the rest of them, I can look away. Okay, Kris Jenner, you're really cool. And I wish I could have a martini with you. Okay, next up, Jennifer Welch. I didn't know who Jennifer Welch was until she got on my TikTok. And of course, we all know by now that I find out about everything from TikTok. Jennifer Welch is the co-host of the I've Had It podcast, which is like a hardcore leftist podcast. And I can't say that I have listened to a full episode. I just see the clips on my For You page that make me crack up. And I don't love talking about politics, as I keep mentioning, because to me, it's so ubiquitous and so forced down our throat just every second of every day. And it's so overwhelming. It's so upsetting. And I just don't want to talk about it when I'm in doing things that are like involved in me providing or modicums of me expressing myself, entertainment, in my comedy, on my podcast. Like, I don't want to make a political podcast. I don't want to make political comedy because I want to break. I want to break from that when I'm consuming these things, me personally. But when I see Jennifer Welch come up on my For You page, she is so fucking funny. I have never seen someone be able to read people to filth like her. I mean, so she came up with calling Trump Kanks McTaco tits, and like has since gone on to like CNN and all these news sources, like, and so astutely verbally sparred with Republicans on, and she's so smart. I'm not even kidding. She is so smart and intelligent. Like, she has kept up so well in debating with all of these like Republican pundits, and I'm just in awe of her because she's known for a Bravo TV show, interior design show that I didn't even know about. And she's just like, it's like these two little ladies from Oklahoma that are hardcore leftists, and they're just hilarious. So I love their clips, and I just think she's so smart and so funny. Shout out Jennifer Welch. I barely know you, just got to know you recently, but I think you're hilarious and you're doing the Lord's work. And I typically, like, as a rule, I don't like to put down people's looks ever. I think it's because I had like a few years when I was a kid where I was like a little chubby and people made fun of me and it really hurt my feelings and never left me. But I don't know why when she does it. Like, I don't even like when leftists do that. Like, shit on the way people look as like their owning Republicans thing. But for some reason with her, it's charming and it's funny. I can't figure it out. It goes against my general ethos. Okay, love you, Jennifer Welch. Bright spot in the shitstorm of politics right now. Okay, and so now we will end on this mega watt lady that was a huge part of my childhood. And rest assured, there's so many more I have to add to this list. So this could be, maybe a quarterly episode list that we do. But it's Lauryn Hill. To me, the miseducation of Lauryn Hill, if I had to choose, is the best album of all time. To me, personally. Because a lot of times, my autistic ass, when someone asks me a question, for whatever the autism feels like, I have to answer 100% truthfully with no error and no room for error. So that makes it hard for me to answer like subjective questions in absolutes. But one time I was asked that and that answer came right off the bat. And so now I'm like, oh yeah, that's how I really feel. And I just listened. It was like one of the first CDs I ever owned. I think it was like the fourth one that I owned. CDs, yes, I know, compact discs. You young bitches don't even know what that is. And I don't care if I'm dating myself. I already told you that I'm a 100-year-old baby. So I love that album. And I think she's one of the most talented singer rappers of all time. Obviously, so gorgeous, so incredible in Sister Act 2. I love watching those movies whenever I need, a little re-up from my childhood. And yeah, I love Lauryn Hill. I think she's incredible. She's a living legend. So that's going to conclude the Girls episode. That was really fun. I love talking about the gals. I could go on forever. I have so many more. We'll do more, And I do love Taylor Swift. I wouldn't say I'm like a hardcore Swiftie, but I love her because to me it's just like she's the epitome of girlhood. And I did also a huge thing for me. I told you guys that my only regret, really one of my only big regrets in life, is not going to the Eras tour because I didn't get to experience that like incredible, majestic magic with all those women, like a stadium full of women. That would have been my dream. And also my brother RJ said he was going to take me and his daughter to see Taylor Swift before he died. So now I have to take her to carry that on for him. And then also my other one that I love, and I'll talk about her in more episodes, but Lady Gaga. I love Lady Gaga so fucking much. I think she's like so incredible. And I got incredible seats purchased for February to see her at the Mayhem Ball. And that's one thing I'm really looking forward to. And one thing I've also learned while I'm dealing with this absolutely devastating, oppressive grief is that I have to constantly find things to look forward to. So that's something like that I have on the calendar that makes me smile anytime I think about it because I'm so excited. And I'm going with my mom and my godmother, who is also my mother's college roommate, and her daughter, my god sister, which I don't even know if that's a real thing, but I can't fucking wait. So that's really cool. Okay, this episode has been so much fun. And thanks for letting me talk with you guys about all the gals I love and for all the approved straight men that we're starting to list. That's really exciting to me. I like men, I guess, sort of. I like them. Yeah, this is good. This podcast is going to heal the world. Oh. The gender wars will probably be over by the time I'm fucking done. Anyways, so as we said, this podcast, once again, it's about pop culture, womanhood, mental health, and a little bit of aliens. So we like to end with a little bit of aliens part, in which we call it the segment Galactic Gossip. Galactic Gossip, baby. Okay.
Galactic Gossip.
Today's little galactic gossip was a little factoid. Producer Nick actually helped us find this one from the woman who stormed Area 51 in 2019. Remember when all those people did that? That was pre me even knowing aliens existed. As I explained, they only found out about them in 2021 when the government said they're real. And she said, I came equipped with a duffel bag of Hawaiian shirts and a case of vape cartridges, which I hope to use as currency in the event of civilizational collapse in the desert. Which that was just a hysterical fact for me to learn because, of course, women were always planning and always bringing housewarming gifts. I mean, this bitch, hilarious. She's like, you know what is the most valuable thing in America? cheerful ass Hawaiian shirts. Jimmy Buffett loved them. No one's ever had a bad time at a Jimmy Buffett concert. And vape cartridges. That's what all the children are doing. They're vaping. Probably the aliens want to try cherry mango vape, okay? So I just love that that was her thought process and that she had a duffel bag full of obscure goodies for the aliens. Incredible. So there's also a documentary, mini docuseries that's apparently out now on Netflix called Trainwreck Storm Area 51 about this whole thing where this event, this phenomenon happened in 2019. And I will be watching that and probably bringing it up on future episodes if any of you are interested in engaging with the galactic gossip portion of this podcast. So I'm really excited about that. I'm probably going to watch it tonight. So, guys, thanks again for spending time with me. I just love and value all of you so much. You can't even imagine how grateful I am to any of you who even take the time to tune in, to listen to, my crazy musings. And I love you all. Please like, subscribe, share a clip. Share the YouTube episode, write a nice comment. No bad comments. That's really bad for your karma. Okay, I love you. See you next time. God bless, but not like, the Christian national God, just like a nice God. Okay, love you. Bye.
Subscribe. 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 Subscribe.